all of us in this room should engage in the 35 confessional practices and start on 100,000 prostrations. All of us. There's no excuse. All of us should already engage in the practices of water offerings, Vajrasattva, and doing our retreats. All of us. All of us. And I will be teaching that in the near future. All of us should already hold our commitments well and carry it. And those of us who don't have refuge commitments, we should live as if we have refuge commitments. Why? Whether we actually have it or not, those are very beautiful commitments to live by that changes our lives. So, well, I don't have refuge commitment, that's why I can kill everybody. Don't be ridiculous. Don't be ridiculous. And what do we chase after our lives? What do we do? What do we get from our lamas? Do we get attainments? Do we transform our minds? Do we get money? Do we get food? Do we get nice words? Do we get material things? What do we actually get from our lama? What we get from our lama is our intent of going to see our lama. Very simple. Do we go there and bitch to our lama and complain and tell him about our broken vows? Do we bring our disasters to him and tell always our broken commitments? Do we always disappoint our lama? Always? Do we always make up words? Do we show attitude and throw bitch fits at our lama? What we show our lama is our real intention towards why we go toward the lama. Very, very clear. Very clear. So if you have a lama that can teach you the Dharma, that can give you the Dharma, treat your lama as a lama. Treat your lama as a lama. Don't look to him for anything else but the holy Dharma. Because money you can find anywhere. Sex you can find anywhere. Good clothes you can find anywhere. Someone to bitch to you can find anywhere. Someone to be depressed with and throw your tempers around you can find anywhere. Someone to run shopping with you can find anywhere. But Dharma you cannot find anywhere. In the city of Kuala Lumpur itself, how many people can actually convey the actual Dharma to you? You should think about it. I am not praising myself. I am confident about what I teach you. I'll tell you why. Not because I'm wonderful, but because the people I received it from are wonderful and my lineage is pure. That's all. That is all. I am from one of the greatest monasteries in the world existing today, with 3,000 monks. I have lived with the greatest masters of this century, the last of the greats from Tibet itself. I am here. I can teach you the Dharma. Use me for the Dharma. When I give you a Dharma teaching, be there. Run there. Wait outside and camp out there. It has nothing to do with me. It has to do with the Dharma. Don't make up lame excuses. When I give you assignments to do, do it. If I give you retreats to do, do it. Do you know why? I'm giving you Dharma. And if you follow it, you will get the result. If you resist and fight and always say no and fight and no and resist and think 108 reasons why you can't and you won't and you will not, then the very reason you came to me is defeated. Use me for the Dharma. I am a Dharma teacher. That's all. I'm not a bank. I'm not a sponsor. I'm not your cook. I'm not your mother. Some people think I'm their mother. I have to scold them all the time. I am your Lama. What is a Lama? Someone who shared you the privileged and beautiful, clear, golden, unadulterated teachings of Lord Buddha. Free, with love, compassionately to you. That's what a Lama is. And when you donate and help and give your services towards a Lama, from your heart, with no malintention, everybody here who receives Dharma, everybody else in the future receives Dharma, you are the cause of it. When you take things away from the Lama and you make him less of what he needs to help, then the people he can help becomes less and you are the cause. And that is the basis of not taking from the Dharma in any way, not making a profit or taking the Dharma in any way. Why? When you make the Lama's resources less, that's how many less people he can help that really need it. It's very simple. That's why we donate. I've donated to Dharma my whole life. I've given everything to Dharma, everything. Always. I have basically very little personal funds. I donate everything away to Dharma. And I'm happy to do that. Happy. Why? Because I believe in karma and I believe in merits. I believe in it 100%. 100%. Cha, keep awake. So, this book was the first time I gave anyone public teachings in this country about the incredible, profound practices of real Mahasiddhas that live among us. The real Mahasiddhas do things and perform and act in ways that are shocking to our mind. It is shocking to our mind is because we have the karma to be shocked. We have the negative karma to be surprised. We have the negative karma to feel right and wrong. The very fact that we have negative karma to be shocked proves that we have negative karma. If you don't have karma, you won't be shocked, you won't be happy, you won't be sad. You won't have these states of mind. So these Mahasiddhas act in ways that are very, very different than all of us. And they act differently because they don't come from the same motivation and the same background. They can do the exact same actions as us, but will not be the same result. Do you know why? Intent is the key. Intent. Imagine. Then we cannot emulate these masters and run around saying, well, Mukpo does that. I can do it too. Yes, Mukpo's a Mahasiddha, you're not. Well, Mukpo drinks sake all day long, and there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with Mukpo who drinks sake all day long because sake can affect Mukpo, but sake can affect you. Because Mukpo has been practicing Dharma for many lifetimes and purifies so much negative karma. So actions that seemingly seem negative cannot affect Mukpo, and he doesn't create negative karma due to intent. But with us, if we drink sake all day long, I don't think we're going to be very pretty people. There's a difference. There's a difference. And Mukpo practices a type of manifestation of a Dharma teacher that is totally unconventional and not conservative. Why? Because you know what? Not everybody on this planet is nice, a reincarnation of a school teacher, wears clothes that does not reveal flesh, and that has sex once a year. Not everybody's like that. There are people out there who, yes, they have sex twice a year, and for non-procreative purposes. There are people out there who lie. Yes, they do. There are people out there who will cheat you of your money. Really? Because you've been living in a kampong and mua somewhere in the outskirts in a little cottage by yourself with just a dog. Of course there are people out there. And there are people out there, you know what? There are people out there who look very nice, but they're not. But he spoke so nice and gave me Chinese New Year's cookies. There are all types of people out there. So, and you know what? There are people who sell their bodies for sex. Really? I thought it was in the movies. There are people out there who sleep with multiple partners. That's a big no-no in Chinese. And you know what? She, before married. Wow. I mean, in 1945, that's a big no-no. In 2006, what? How many times? Once? Oh, God, get with it. Get laid. Oh, yeah. There are people there who actually cheat on their partners and break their vows of promise of love to their partners, and they break their partners' hearts. There are people who talk back and they go against their mothers and fathers and use them for money. Can you imagine little Auntie Fumar? She's already in a cardiac arrest. Oh yeah, think about that. And there are people there who join the Dharma and they get more and more evil. Oh, quit looking at me. You're just as evil as I am. When I say that, everybody's like, Oh yeah. And there are people who actually use the Dharma to get money and respect. Oh yeah, they actually use the holy Dharma to get things from other people. Can you imagine? There are lots of us out there. Lots and lots and lots and lots of us. Just imagine that. So what was I talking about? I forgot. What was my point? Do you remember?
Yeah, why some teachers
In one sentence.
manifest.
Thanks, now I remember. And so for these people, how? Don't they deserve liberation also? Don't they deserve purification and love also? Don't they deserve a chance also? Don't they deserve Dharma also? Don't they deserve love also? Don't they? So for these people, if you say, oh, you cannot drink, you cannot lie, you cannot cheat, you got to follow the 10 commandments of the Dharma. And you can't wear revealing clothes, or Anila will come and tell you you can't. You can't sleep with anybody unless you're married and you know them well. And these days after they've been checked for AIDS. And you have to practice. You can't do anything wrong. You got to be perfect. You tell all these people out there who are more than us that, they will say, see you later. And they might even be nice to say alligator. They ain't going to do that. Look at yourselves in this room, except for Miss Ngao. Who will follow that? Miss Mao is like, will you leave me alone, please? Please, how much can I pay you to leave me alone? 7 digits, I'll keep quiet. Mr. Ngao's like, oh, no, I'll pay you to say more. Pay you, tell her. Evil. Now, there are these type of people out there. There are these type of people out there. There are these type of people. There are all types of people. Therefore, there is all types of lamas and all types of manifestations of the Dharma. Some people like a proper, holy, conservative, no nonsense, don't waste your time, meditation monk, you know? Some people like that. Some people say meditation, see you later. Vows, see you later. No meat, goodbye. So what about these people? We just say bye-bye to them? No, because they're at that level. So lamas or highly developed people need to manifest in ways to go to their level. You see, these beings act their level, not because they're attached, to become one of them, to transform their minds. So when Mukpo throws himself down the stairs and ends up in the hospital, it brings people to enlightenment. When you throw yourself down the stairs, you incur medical expenses. There's a big difference. When Mukpo has bubuli with 2 women at the same time, he is planting seeds of enlightenment in people who view it and those women because he has no attachments. But when you have bubuli with 2 women at the same time, you will go oink, oink, oink in a nice farm somewhere in middle America. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm was a little oink, oink there, and an oink, oink here, and an oink, oink everywhere. Think about that. So when you do that, you go to the 3 lower realms. Mukpo don't. And I'm not praising Mukpo, and I'm not making excuses for myself. What I'm saying is not the action that makes it negative. It is the intent. It is not the intent that makes it negative. It's the habituation from which the intent arises. You know, every single day you've been sleeping with 500 women because you love women and you don't care who you hurt. And then all of a sudden you listen to the Dharma and tomorrow you tell people, well, my intent is to bring them to the Dharma la. It doesn't change. Do you know why? Your intent might be there, but the force of habituation doesn't make the intent real. Understand? I know all these little loopholes in Dharma. They're not loopholes. That's when you listen to Dharma, you get knowledge. Oops. When you listen to the Dharma, you get knowledge. So if you sleep with 500 women and you're Mukpo, those 500 women will probably ascend to Vajrayogini's heaven eventually. And the people involved also. If you're not Mukpo, you descend with your 500 women. Well, not all of them. Why? Just because you say, well, I didn't mean it that way, I have good intention, doesn't mean it leads to good results. Do you know why? Do you have the habituation of good intent? Do you have a track record of good intent? Or have you had a track record of bad intent? So if you've been cheating people all the time, all of a sudden, you go up to somebody, you give money away, and you say, I have good intent. Who's going to believe you? All along, you've had a track record of cheating people. So if you're always breaking promises, whatever promises you make promises to the Buddha, to your guru, to the dog, to your wife, to your husband, to your lover, to your sister, to your kids. You're always making promises. You're always breaking it. And all of a sudden, you take a vow to keep your promise. Who's going to believe it? Even the Buddha say, let's go to the beach. Why? You don't have the force of habituation to keep your intent real and alive. That's why habituation is very powerful. Now, habituation arises from holding your vows. Listen carefully. Habituation arises from holding your vows. The ability to hold your vows is a collection of merit that you have. The collection of merit helps you to keep your vows that get you to higher attainments. The purification of your negative karma stops you from breaking your vows. How strong your purification is helps you to keep your ethics and morality and vows. And how strong you keep your vows creates the actual rehabituation of what you have been doing for many times. So if you happily say, I broke my vow, I broke my vow, I broke my vow, happily be unhappy. Keep being happy with unhappy. So if you're unhappy with yourself, keep breaking your promises. Keep breaking your vows. Keep breaking your commitments. Keep disturbing and destroying your samaya. Keep doing it. Why? You're happy being unhappy. I'm very happy being unhappy. I want to be unhappy because I'm happy being unhappy. Don't you see people depressed? They're always not successful. They're always things are going wrong. Things are always going down. They're always getting angry. They can't move. They can't change. They can't transform. They're stuck in their own little selfish world year after year after year after year, and they never, ever change. And they go on and on in their narrow little self-grasping worlds. Why? They don't keep their vows. They don't do purification practices to allow them to keep their vows. It's all connected. So when you hold your vows, they're not a prison. Listen carefully. When you hold your vows, prakti-moksha, self-liberation vows, such as refuge, bodhicitta, and tantric vows, when you hold your vows, rather than being put into prison and not allowed to do things you like, you are releasing yourself from prison because you create the actual causes for yourself to enjoy the objects in which you are attached to without accruing negative karma. And hence you become mukpo. Everybody understand that? That's pretty simple. So, if you don't keep your vows and you don't gain attainments, you will never become someone like mukpo. So whatever you do may resemble mukpo. But he goes up, you go down. Why? You don't have the power of intent from habituation. Why? There has never been anything to put you in that position to transform. Example, in life you think, well, what's with this vows and vows and vows and vows? No, in life it's the same. When you join a company, you have rules you have to follow. When you're born into a family, you have rules. When you're in a culture, if you're in Chinese culture, you have to be like that or like that. If you're in American culture, it's like that, like that, like that. If you eat at a Chinese restaurant, chopsticks, dear. You ask for a fork, they give you a dirty look. You go to an Indian restaurant, you ask for chopsticks, they give you a dirty look. Why? You use your hands. You go to the steakhouse and you say, can I have chopsticks? They give you a dirty look. Similarly, think about it. There are rules and regulations everywhere that help us, to guide us, because we are not naturally born knowing what to do. So the vows are not prison keys or statements or prisons. They are actual guidelines for us to release us from prison. That's what the vows are. So when we hold the vows, you know how much merit we collect. Do you know why you collect merit when you hold the vows? Because you have taken it in front of your guru, who you have visualized as one with the Buddha, and the Buddhas are present. Or and if you have the fortune to take it in such a holy place such as Bodh Gaya, wow. Wow, the very spot where Buddha became enlightened. The very causes you create. And if you go back on those vows and you break it and you pretend you don't know or you don't want to know, or you break it because you didn't know you break it because you're too lazy to go to teachings, it's still broken. Either way, it's broken. Broke is broke. You drop the cup by accident, you break it on purpose, it's broken. So like that, think about it very carefully. When you hold your vows, you collect merit because you are in the presence of the three jewels. From now on, I will not cheat, I will not steal, I will not lie, etc. And every day you don't, that day that you don't, you collect the merits for not doing it. And then you rehabituate yourself if you were doing it, and at the same time, you collect the merits to support you to rehabituate. It's double-fold. You understand that? And then combined with purification practices, the obstacles that take you away from holding your vows will be purified. So in fact, you become someone like Mukpo. You can do all types of crazy, wild, obnoxious things. And you know what happens? Instead of bringing unhappiness, you bring great happiness to people. Because no matter how crazy you are, your actions must bring happiness and good results in other people. Everybody cannot, the majority. So how do you check whether your actions are good or not? You look at the people around you. Are you affecting their lives? Are you changing their attitude? Are you giving them a new perspective? Are you giving them hope? Do they leave you with knowledge, happiness, and wisdom? If they're leaving you with knowledge, happiness, and wisdom, and you're giving them more hope and love and care, then whatever you're doing, your methods is working. Whether you're jumping up and down on them or you're sitting there giving them a massage, it doesn't matter because your actions don't matter anymore. It's your intent. And that's what Mukpo is all about. He doesn't operate from our reality. He operates from the reality of non-grasping mind. It's very different already. And hence his actions are different. And how do we know that? Do you know why? His Dharma Center, which he started in the 70s, Naropa Institute in Boulder, Colorado. Go on the net. NaropaInstitute.com, Naropa Institute. Take a look, Boulder, Colorado. It's turned into a world accredited college. The place where Mukpo had sex with everybody. It's turned into a world accredited college, teaches psychology, flower arrangement, Buddhist theory, a very big university, accredited all over the United States. Shambhala Publications is dedicated to getting his works out. He has hundreds of disciples throughout the world. Even his dead, his teachings are still moving. I have 9 volumes of his works that I'm going through and reading through right now. And this guy, all he did was drink sake, have bubbly with all kinds of weird people, men and women, beat his disciples, burn dogs, change his name around. And, you know, every day, what's your name today, Your Excellency? Oh, today I'm General Mukpo. Why? It has results. And yet, all these things that he did, it still brings tremendous results to others. Look at us. We sit there, we meditate, we pray, we save our money, we raise our kids. We're wonderful. It has no results. No results. We don't affect and help anybody. But we're good what? That's why intent is more important than action. But at our level, intent and action both must be watched. We can't simply say my intent is good, therefore I can do any action. So, you know, hello, suddenly there's 30 junior Mukpos running around Bukit Bintang. I don't think so. Can you see Ming Hai Mukpo la? Mukpo, come on. Mukpo, my foot, you're Muk tired. Couldn't you see little Paris running up and down with no shirt on? Hi, I'm Mukpo, Mukpo, Mukpo. And then Paris goes home, you know, she tells her boyfriend, hi, I want to sleep outside today. Her boyfriend got dragged to bed outside. She sleeps outside, wakes up, and today I want to sleep inside. You know, Mukpo used to sleep inside, outside, doesn't know what he was going to do. Can you see that? Couldn't you see JT and Kandarohi going upstairs to the toilet, you know? And then when they get to the top, JT throws herself down on Kandarohi. Instead of destroying his self-grasping mind, they're both in a cast next week for teachings. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine Fat Monk on a Air Asia going to Thailand asking for the head waitress, head stewardess, and wanting to touch her thing? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine Wai Ming telling his assistant to tell the pilot to phone in to Hong Kong saying, His Excellency, His Majesty of Bhutan cannot make it for the Din Din with the High Council of Hong Kong. And they do it. Can you imagine anybody doing that and getting away with it and benefiting so many beings? That's why this guy is not normal. He's had many, many incarnations. Do you know how Mukpo became attained? Mukpo, or Chogyam Trungpa Rinpoche, did not become attained by reading and reading and reading. He became attained because in his first incarnation, he devoted himself to the lama. He practiced guru devotion all the way. He did whatever the lama said. Correct? Please explain that to us, because I don't remember that story well. Quick.
The first incarnation, there were
3 who wouldn't study.
And there were the closest servants to the guru, and one of the servants, the first Chogyam Trungpa, that's how the lineage started.
So he basically cooked, washed, cleaned, and took care of the guru, and he didn't do anything else. But he did it with complete awareness, complete faith. And in that lifetime, he gained great attainments. And his incarnation started as serving the guru. His name means service to the guru. Oh, yes. Incredible. He didn't even study, can you believe that? He didn't attend boring, long classes that went in until dawn, until the chickens came out. Paris is thinking, I kind of like that lineage. Oh, yeah. That's how his lineage started. His incarnation is out in Tibet now. Recognized. Oh, yeah, the little incarnation Chogyam Trungpa is in Tibet. Isn't that fabulous? What about us? Can we sleep with women, run around, throw ourselves down the stairs, and touch stewardesses, and, torture people to death, and burn dogs and all that, and then our little incarnations, somewhere in Tibet? You think I wouldn't want to be, Malaysia la, or Singapore or whatever? I don't think so. Because our intent is not the same. Why? If we don't find that method of Dharma right, we don't criticize it because they benefit many, many people. There are many types of minds out there. There are many, many methods, many ways. My method will create a lot of controversy and a lot of people saying negative things in this country, and my method will create a lot of happiness and a lot of people who praise my method. Same as I go anywhere. In America, I've come across the greatest teachers. Song Rinpoche himself had a lot of criticism. Trijang Rinpoche had a lot of criticism. Pabonka Rinpoche has a lot of criticism. Trijang Rinpoche had so much criticism, people wanted to kill him. They attempted to kill him, assassinate him. So what? It doesn't stop us from going on because we have a group of people we're karmically linked to, we need to help. So we help. We do our method. If those people are smart, they reciprocate back. If they're not, okay, see you next life, hopefully. Some of you, we're going to have to go fishing to find you again. Yes. Hi, Paris. You're a beautiful shade of gold. What big bulgy eyes you have. I'll get you a new bowl. Wouldn't it be fabulous? Paris the goldfish. Tashi the catfish. Andy the shark. Not loan shark, shark. Don't give me that dirty look. He's like, oh yeah. What do you check out? He's like, Jesus Christ is laughing. Look at that. He looks just like Jesus. I can't figure out Jesus Christ or Charles Manson. What do you think? Does he look like Charles Manson? Okay, Grizzly Adams. I can't think of anybody else. Oh no, he looks like Willie Nelson. Ew. He's like, who's Willie Nelson? Who? Show me a picture of Willie Wilson. Charles like, who's Lily Nelson? Oh. Why Ming likes that? Hey, look, you had the Willie Nelson looks for a few months too, till we all wrote you a letter. Please cut your hair. Doesn't he look like Willie Nelson? Okay, Willie Nelson, Jesus Christ, or Grizzly Adams or Charles Manson. Pick one. Yeah, I was right. What do you think?
Mix between Jesus.
Can you just give me one word, one sentence? Who? Willie, all right. As in Free Willie or Willie Nelson? All right, never mind. So anyways, doing Dharma practice is spectacular. These kind of actions that Mukpo does, if it's necessary to manifest those, highly realized beings will manifest those. If it's not necessary to manifest those, they will not. It's not dependent on the being. It is dependent on the people he needs to transform. How a realized being acts, how a realized being talks or does or moves is totally dependent on the person. I'll give you an example. The moon is always in the sky. How it reflects on the lake depends on the lake, whether it's soft, smooth, deep, dark, light, well lit or not, clean or not. If there's obstructions on the lake, then the moon cannot reflect. But you can look onto the lake. The moon is likened to the reflection. The moon is likened to the enlightened mind. The reflection on the lake is likened to the emanation. And the actual seeing the form is likened to our obstacles and obscurations of seeing the manifestation of an enlightened mind. So therefore, Mukpo, by his actions we cannot tell he's enlightened, but by his results we can. Why? The results brought benefit. I've met people in America personally who say, oh my God, I'm leaving Chogyam Trungpa. He's crazy. He's obnoxious. I met him. He shows up 3 hours late for teachings. 3 hours, can you imagine that? He teaches till 6, 7 a.m. in the morning. Nobody goes to sleep before 8 a.m. No one. And people who have attachments, they let go. They move on. He teaches you the concept of no attachment. Oh, yes. And those people who he says, oh, you have to stay up, you have to come here, and they don't do, they fight back. He will purify their karma. Why? Even being with him so long, they still fight back. Look at John Major. You know Major John. Still to the end, he's fighting. Even when he was kicked out, he was so angry. After 7 years of service, he slaved with the Lama. He worked for the Lama. He was there night, day, nonstop, 24/7. He slaved for the Lama. He was kicked out of the Lama's house. As if he was not appreciated, he was not loved, he gave so much, and the Lama treats him like that. He said all that in the book. He hated the Lama. He thought the Lama was just a monster and unfair, and other people took his position. But what he didn't realize was the Lama took him in for 7 years, trained him up compassionately, put the Dharma in his mind, and set him free in order that he can become independent and transform and change and get ready for his old age and his future lives. So people who are smart will realize the Lama is so compassionate to train the person up. And even while they kick them out, they train that person up. So people who are stupid think, oh, see, nobody thanked me. I was treated like that by the Lama. I did so much work and he kicked me out. There are stupid people who think that. But how can your Lama be very kind and compassionate and loving in 1 year and the next year he doesn't love you anymore? How can that be? Unless it's total training. So stupid people say, hey, you saw what happens, John Major. Read the book. The book is so beautiful, so easy to read. You can finish it in 2 days. That's what this book club is about. You have the privilege to join because this is an accelerated class of learning Dharma. What happened with John Major? You guys know, right? After 7 years, what happened, Kendarohi? After serving the Lama and he was kicked out, what happened, you twat? No, he didn't. He went to work for Bill Cosby. You didn't read the book. Next, Paris. Well, it took him a few years to realize what the Lama was doing, didn't it? Did he realize instantly? Was he happy when he was kicked out? Or he felt that he was just used and abused? How did he feel? Tell me how he felt. How any human would have felt who has no wisdom. Yeah. Used. Yeah. And like, how did the Lama treat me? But you know what? Luckily for him, he had merits and he did make a good connection to the Lama because in the end, he realized before it was too late how actually kind the Lama was to purify his karma before it was too late and to make him independent. Now look at him. A great Dharma teacher starting a whole new tradition and teaching Dharma in somewhere in Nova Scotia that nobody even thought about going. And look at his eyes, so gentle and so kind. If you let the Lama train you, the Lama will train you. If you fight back, you keep fighting samsara, life after life. That's what it says right here. Why would a Lama kick anybody out after service? Why? Why? Why would a Lama put himself under duress? If a person's been serving Lama, he knows how. Wouldn't the Lama just keep the person around to serve him well? I mean, wouldn't it be, stupid? We would think like that. Stupid to kick someone out who's so good, what? Unless it's training. And those stupid people who think that Lama's kicking them out for wrong reasons, they keep on fighting other people and fighting themselves and fighting the people around them and fighting the world around them, fighting nonstop. Why? And they get people to try to support them in their fight. But in the end, they end up out of breath. Impossible. The Lamas use unusual methods to train people up. If the people have faith and confidence, they keep quiet, they don't criticize, they will get the results. If they criticize and they fight back, they have to keep fighting. Not with the Lama, with everybody else they encounter. The Lama teaches them not to fight. Who found this book absolutely spectacular? Moving and touching. I did. What was the lesson that you learned from this? What was the lesson? One? We cannot see immediately the benefits. What about you, Joseph?
To actually have faith and trust and fully include because it's the full compassion and actually the skill means to actually
in ways sometimes a student wouldn't even perceive or know that they're doing. What about you, Millie? Very good. When you have perception of something, nothing can enter because you feel something must be this way. Something has to be this way. This person has to be this way. This person has this way. It has to be this way. When you have a perception and a held strong conception of how things should be, then it might be that way. It might not be that way. You lose. Why? No other information can come to you. So if you think, oh, Malaysians are bad, I don't want to go to Malaysia. I hate Malaysians. Malaysians are bad, 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 bad. You know, one stupid person tells you that because they had a bad experience at the airport. All of Malaysia is bad. And you believe that. So when you come here, you have bad experiences because you're on this aggression. You know, they're bad. They're trying to get me. They're bad. They're bad. They're bad. And you think that. And you build that up and you act on it. So every time you talk to any Malaysian, you act back to them. And actually, in actuality, it's from your own wrong projection. Simple example. So when we have a preconceived idea and we hold that tight, just like Millie said, and that's what book that teaches us. This book teaches us. If you believe your Lama should be this way, act this way, or do this way, or the Dharma is that way, you're wrong. Because there is no this way and no that way, only intent. That arises from many lifetimes of habituation and practice. Intent. Very simple. And the more you fight it, the more angry you get. Do you know why? You check yourselves. How fast you get angry is how much you've been fighting everything in your life. How fast? Immediately you get angry. Immediately you flare up. Immediately. Anger doesn't mean talking or shouting. Anger means inside. Your peace of mind is disturbed. How fast you get angry is a clear sign of how much you've been fighting with everything in your life from preconceived ideas. That knowledge alone can break our personal samsaras. What did you learn, Wai Ming? That we need to start another cyber cafe together, and this time it'll work. Hello, Joseph. That sometimes we need to get new glasses. What? Unlearn. What a lovely word. Okay. Sometimes we have to unlearn what? Our fashion statements. What? Oh. You know, you and Ming can be related somehow. Same glasses, you guys both look like Zhang Doi. Go ahead. Shh, don't laugh that loud. She'll get you, you know. When you're walking down the street, she won't sleep with you. Oops. Maple's innocently looking at me. She doesn't know what's going on. She's the Virgin Mary. Oh, yeah. Ew. You know what we do? We have her sit there, and then we have her cradling him. My poor son. Oh, poor thing. And then he goes, excuse me, can I go take a pee? Oh, sure, go ahead. Yes?
We have to understand certain things that how we
Can we Andy it up, please?
how we perceive things to be able to learn what is true.
You know what? Sometimes our speech belies how intelligent we really are. Okay, next. What did you learn? Oh, I'm afraid. Chia? Paul's like, don't pick me, don't pick me, don't pick me, don't pick me, don't pick me. Paul's not moving at all because he was like, I'm cold, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I'm hungry. And the minute I said, now who's next? He's like, just observe next time when we say, just observe, Paul, watch. God, Joseph knows I'm telling the truth because he's red with laughter. Yes? Oh, can we get off this guru thing and pure view? People can't achieve that right now. Can we go a little more basic about what we learned? Guru this, guru devotion, guru pure, guru... Yes, the guru is pure, but you're not, so you can't see it. Don't look at me like that, you little evil witch. You want me to throw my vajra at you? She's like, yeah, right, pure my foot. Yeah? Surrender my ego. Can we get down more basic? We'll stop with all these big Dharma initiation words, please, Trungpa. We got Mopo here. Surrender our ego. Oh. All right, thank you. Henry, what did you learn from you skimming through the book real quick?
It's a very real story.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Who said it wasn't? Okay, never mind. Go ahead. Mm-hmm. Oh, you evil! I tell you, I'm gonna throw my wealth vase at you. Go ahead. Oh, I mean, the style that you Rinpoche uses. Yes, go ahead, Henry. He who? Which one, Mukpo or Mukpi? I'm getting mixed up. Which Rinpoche? Mukpo La. Okay. What's the conventions of his students? Becomes what? I moved. Pretty good. See? He purified his negative karma by wearing those horrible socks. And therefore he can have that realization. Is that wonderful? Candace said, can I borrow it? No. How erotic. Okay. It's like sniffing glue. It's great. He's putting on some Chinese medicine on him. All right. What about... I'll listen to the American accent here. What about Sing Piao? Oh, no, wait. I take that back. Paul, what did you learn? Oh, I love it. Because I call Sing Piao, he's like... Phew. And then I went, no. He was like, oh, look. Everybody watch Paul. Well, I mean, you're evil. He's going to get you back, You know what he's going to do? Next time he comes to the center, he won't open a door on you, just like what Millie did to him. Go ahead. Tiki? Tiki's just cackling away in the corner. Jeez. We had some wrong preconceived notions about you. That's been purified. Yes, Paul, what did you learn? Nothing. Oops, I didn't say that. Kandarohi the ventriloquist. Oh, come on, stop using those big words you've been copycatting from everybody around you. Tell me what you really feel. Local receptions from... Don't copy. Just say what you feel. Be honest. Come on. Pretend you're not Chinese today. Just pretend. I'm not Chinese. I don't need face. What the heck is Joseph cackling about? Look at him. Joseph, you keep laughing like that. It's not going to go back. It's already come like that. How? Oh, God, Maple's excited now. Yes. I'm aging here. Come on, Paul. Did you enjoy the book? What did you learn from it? Yourself personally. Don't give me big high tantric achievements. What did you learn? David? Thanks for paying KMT's TM net bill for 3 months. Andy Homepet, Andy Homepet, Andy Homepet. Can you hurry up? I'm aging here. Andy Homepet. Does anybody understand what he's talking about? Because I don't. I need to do some more purifications, but does anybody, do you understand Kandorohi? What, you didn't read the book? Do you understand, JT, what he's talking about? I don't. I'm not trying to be mean. I really don't. I'm just, there's a lot of sound. You should be a sound effects guy. Oh, all right. How about Mr. Kong? Anything? Oh, no. Mr. Ngao. Please share.
I feel very inspired by the book because
Wow, clear and straightforward.
and he released he's going through with Rinpoche in a very
Which one, me or him? Chogyam Trungpa. Okay.
in a very relational way we can relate to, in the sense that he has all the negative feelings and thoughts in response to
To his lama, yeah.
methods, and because of that, I feel that we are able to actually practice in that way also.
Wonderful.
Perseverance and effort at least.
Perseverance. You said it. Wonderful, Mr. Ngao. Perseverance. That's what I want to hear. I don't want to hear no reality and different projections and all that. That's what I want to hear. Very basic Dharma. That's us. Perseverance. Not to give up. Go ahead, please. Wonderful. Oh, wonderful. Finally. Oh, it's finished? I'm like, it's wonderful. It's fabulous. And then I say, go on. He's like, I'm finished. Come on, Mr. Ngao. Don't end here. I'm excited now. After listening to David, I need you. Now, come on. So perseverance is the key to this whole book to you.
Practice is not again a preconception that it's going to be easy or it's going to be
Yes. It's not going to be easy.
it's always going to challenge you a lot.
And why do you have these challenges? Why is it difficult? Because you have a lot of why? To purify. And therefore, these different methods he uses on different people, they're different because why? Because he's inconsistent, or the people coming to him are different. What touched you the most about this book, Mr. Ngao? Hmm. Yeah, very good. You look real shy. All right. Would you recommend this for other people? Yeah. Wonderful. Beautiful. That's what I do. When I find something good, I buy a whole bunch and pass it to people. Very nice, isn't it? Wonderful, wonderful. That's all I wanted to hear. Mr. Ngao has concluded this whole book for me. Perseverance, not to give up. And not to have preconceptions that it's this way or that way or that way or this way. Just to go into it and just do it. And that not to give up perseverance. Mr. John Riley Perks didn't give up. He did not give up. And let me conclude by telling all of you that what touched me the most was in the end. Well, not the most. What touched me was number 218 page. When John Riley asked His Eminence, Chogyam Trungpa Rinpoche, are these awards and appointments fact or fiction? I asked. He answered both. I was so moved. Because if anybody knows anything on a tantric level, you see, Chogyam Trungpa is one of the great reincarnations of the Rigdens of Shambhala. Shambhala is a kingdom, a spiritual kingdom that's within our minds. That he is a holder, a sakyong, a holder of this kingdom, of the inner wealth of enlightenment. What is that? A kingdom where you operate from enlightenment. On the inner side, it is pure Ati Yoga, pure emptiness. On a superficial level, it is a mystical area that resides in the southern continent. That's called Shambhala, where the main practice is chakra. And all the sakyongs, all the great generals there, have a sacred job. In the future, in the 25th century, in the future, around that time, the 25th Kulaka king, the 25th, which is His Holiness the Dalai Lama, will manifest into the world to make one last renaissance of Buddha Shakyamuni's teachings before Buddha Shakyamuni's teachings completely disintegrate. because it's supposed to last 5,000 years. And that time, His Holiness will manifest as a king of Shambhala with warriors and generals, many sakyongs, who go out into the world to teach Dharma in a powerful way, to transform people's minds one last time before the golden teachings of Buddhas disappear, to bring a renaissance one last time. And these beings are preparing the world for Shambhala. What is that? To make it one more spiritual renaissance. So these sakyongs are generals. They're great masters. They have kalapas, or great ladrangs and houses in this great mystical kingdom that they emanate from. And when they give you titles, when they have houses here, and you are the kusum, dapun, or the minister of food, or the minister of clothes, or you're the one that takes care of the house, you're the liaison of this and that and whatever, when they give you these positions, they actually help you to plant seeds in your mind for you to take these positions in the future in a divine paradise. So what Sakyong Mipam, Sakyong Mupo, or Chogyam Trungpa did with these awards was they look like jokes, they look like fun, but they were planting seeds for John Major to reincarnate in Shambhala to actually become the main assistant of Sakyong Chogyam Trungpa. That's what he was doing. So that's why when he said to him, are they real or they're imaginary? He said both. Why? On this earth they're imaginary, but on the absolute level they're real. Because John Major, I believe, will reincarnate in Shambhala. Definitely. Definitely he'll reincarnate there. So when he gave these awards out, it's very significant. That's why for high Tibetan Lamas, when they give you letters on their stationery and they sign it, they actually bless it, they actually do pujas, they give it to you. When you treat it respect and whatever is on that letter and you do it, it is very significant for your next rebirth. When you callously throw the letter away, the assignment letters, you throw it away, you don't care, or you just say, I have nothing more, just a letter. You throw your next life down. Why? The Lama is setting you up. And whatever is in the letter, you say, I can't do it, I can't do it, I can't do it, then that means your Lama's wrong. So then don't get teachings from your Lama. Everything's wrong. How can Lama be right and wrong? Wrong in this? Either right or wrong lah. So when the Lama gives you a letter and appoints you, it is real and it is not real. What is not real? Your inability not to do it. Your imaginations that you cannot do it. Because the Lama sees much farther in you if you persevere that you can. So if you continuously fail the Lama, how does the Lama help you? How does the Lama bring you to the next step? Very difficult. Very, very difficult. So these letters are imaginary or real. They're imaginary and real. And that was so significant. And it was a beautiful way to end the book because it summed up the whole life of a Mahasiddha. It exists. It's there, but nothing changes. Incredible. Does everybody understand? And if you look at these letters, they're quite silly. Look at them. You should read this book. Don't be stupid. Read the book. But he gives them all kinds of titles. You know, he's a master of this, master of that, and puts a seal on it and all that stuff. And, you know, after a while, John's getting tired of getting all these seals and all these letters on his stationery. Look at that. Look at this. The Kalapa Court. He even on his stationery, you know, the Kalapa Court. Bonnie John forever. Bonnie? It's like, why is my name Bonnie? And he signs it, even the dates. They're appointment letters. Meeting with you is a test of one's gallantry. Meeting with you is so tempting that I want to grow old with you. Discovering such a Bani Jani is equal to meeting living basic goodness. It is one of the best treasures that the Mukpo family has discovered. We would like to welcome you as part of our family. Please join and stay with us. As a Chamberlain, the Kusun Dabun, or for that matter, just basic Bani Jani. May the Rigden Fathers protect you. Happy birthday. Our love and affection to you on this occasion and for many years to come. Chogyam Trungpa, 1981. Wow. And Chogyam Trungpa had a wonderful way of naming different names on people. He has a skill of giving names that stuck. Can you imagine? Bonnie, Johnny. Don't you love it? I don't know what it means, but it must have some meaning for them. They give you all kinds of names. High Lamas give you all kinds of names, gives you all kinds of names. Why? To break your concept of who you are. I'm this, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this. Some people fight, some people go along with it. Sometimes the names have meaning. Wow, incredible. Look at all these appointments he has. In the name of the profound, brilliant, just, powerful, all victorious Rigden, his glorious Sakyon on earth. I mean, it's just those two in a room. He's writing all this out about himself. And then John's like, can we go to bed now? All right, in the name of the profound, brilliant, just, powerful, all victorious Rigden, his glorious Sakyon on earth, the Dhammaraja Dorji Draju of Mukbon Dong hereby designates Sir John A. Perks the Kushap Ki Kyap for very devoted and outrageous service to the Kalapa court Garuda of Kalapa, proclaimed and sealed at the Kalapa court by the heavenly appointed, profound, brilliant, just, powerful, all victorious Sakyon Mukpo Dorji Draju of the kingdom of Shambhala in the year of the water dog 16 Rapjung, the first month of the first day, February 24th, 1982. Can you imagine John getting this going, oh my God, can we go to sleep? Can you imagine that kind of award? And all I dare do is appoint liaisons and people to be head of departments, and I get a slap for that. Oh my God, imagine if I gave letters out like that here. They say, Sakyon my foot, you're going to get a slap. Can you imagine me running around with this? I thought about it, actually. I did. I actually thought about it. I did, but I thought, no. Not yet. We have our kingdom, too. It's Kichara. We have our leader, too. It's Vajrayogini. Our leader is different. Our leader is not some Rigden king, some stuffy old fat guy sitting in Shambhala, you know, in Kapala. Ours is a beautiful, fabulous, gorgeous Dakini. Our leader is like the Queen of England. She's female. Our leader is Vajrayogini. And our court is Kichara. And guess who I am? And guess who you are? I'll leave it to you. I will take that as a compliment. Yes, our leader is Vajrayogini. That's our real leader. Our ruler is Vajrayogini. Ours, as I told you, is a lady. Isn't that wonderful? That's why I have a fabulous Vajrayogini statue in my house, and I ask everybody to go make offerings all the time. And I want to get more silver bowls and more silver items. I want you guys to donate. I want you guys to put money for it because I'm making offerings for all of us. It's not for me. I want us to do it. I'll make offerings for our organization to grow every single day to our leader. Isn't that wonderful? England and us, we have the same leader. They're both ladies. You like that? Kind of neat, huh? Yeah. Dumb question. Yes. You and Ming will be very happy about that for different reasons, of course. Oh, yeah, you would too. I forgot. I don't want to be rude about you gaining weight or my glasses out of focus. Because that lady, whatever, is really, you know, evil. Okay, good. Any questions, please? We only meet once a month, so it's a little long. Forgive me. Imagine if we broke this down to every week. It would be about the same anyway. So you're a little tired tomorrow. As I always say, it doesn't matter. Sleep tomorrow night. But you'll wake up the day after that with some Dharma knowledge. I look very forward to these classes. I look very forward to this. It's only by invitation only because this is my house, my private house. I look forward to conducting these classes. I look forward to investigating and researching things for you guys to read. I look forward to talking and explaining why. This is an accelerated class. This is for people who really want to move faster and learn more. But I'm going to give general teaching in the center soon. The next set of teachings I want to give is how to make mandala offerings. I have my reasons for that. Everybody must get a mandala base. I don't care what material, silver, beaded, whatever. You can't find any, make one. Whatever you want to put in it, doesn't matter. And have it all ready. And then I'm going to have some mandala compilations out for all of you to read, to prepare for the class, because I don't want people to sit there with their mouth open telling me, teach me. No. You read, and then I explain. I'm going to teach how to make mandala offerings. After that, I'm going to teach you all how to do Tara retreat without initiation. We're going to concentrate on the goddess Tara. Without initiation, no commitments. Imagine we have to do commitments, do vows. We have to make him our smuru. Oh, God. No, none of that. I'm going to teach you how to do Tara practice for the first time in Tibetan history without initiation, and to do her retreat without breaking any tantric secret codes. And so I'm going to have a group of people who want to concentrate at the center and do her retreat. And I want to have these little retreats, 3 days, evenings to fit in with your schedule. Isn't that wonderful? Every 6 months, 8 months, we have a Tara retreat. And everybody get together and we have a wonderful session. It'd be beautiful. I'm going to teach you how. Who's excited? Raise your hand. Yes. I want you guys to do it and dedicate it to people you love. The first Tara retreat, please dedicate to your parents. Please do that. The next Tara retreat, dedicate to me getting money. All right? And that one, and the one after that also, and the one after that also, another. And then 15 later, then you dedicate it for yourself. I want you to learn how to give and not to think about yourself. Aren't I kind? Yes. The parents like, I'm not thinking about money for you. I'm thinking money for me. Then after that, I'm going to give teachings on how to do the practice, the black tea, of the great Dhammapala Satrap in our center of Ganden Shatse, who has great brothers and compatriots that follow him along. And we're going to do retreats at the center. How fabulous. So the next set of teachings I'll give public will be mandala offerings. I'll teach you how to do it, the meditation, the motivation, the actual words. And I want us to learn it, I want us to master it, because in the future, my gurus will be coming soon. So we have to know how to do mandala offerings. Very important. Before teachings, make mandala. After teachings, very important. I'll explain why at that teaching.